Welcome, guys. Welcome back to uh, another live show. It's been a while for me, so a bit rusty. With me today is Davide. How are you doing, buddy?
Good, thanks. How you doing? How was your vacation?
Vacation was it started off bad with a loss.
Yeah,
We took an L, and I left like a few hours later. I left, so that was bad. But overall, it was good. It's good. Actually, it was very good. Being away for a while from doing
yeah.
this, which is fun, but it was good. Now I'm back, and I'm
You're
back to
refreshed, ready to go at it.
I'm back to being negative. I think somebody told me in the comments yesterday. So yeah, um, I saw you were on the channel a lot. I didn't watch everything. I just tuned in here and there a bit, like for a few minutes. So maybe I'm gonna ask you some questions you already answered or you gave your opinion on it. So let me know if you did, because I didn't really paid attention to everything, to be honest.
No worries.
But yeah, we will talk about today's result, today's results, yesterday's results, our result basically. Napoli, Atalanta, Roma, Inter, Milan, all those things. And then we will see where the chat will lead us to. But we start off with yesterday's game. So I gave my opinion on it. So I will let you go. Like we got 3 points, we know that. But just in general, what are your thoughts on the game?
Exactly what I expected. Um, I did predict the scoreline on the preview.
Okay.
Um, my predictions, I threw my predictions away really on who's going to win. So that was more just to put some light on the situation, have some fun with it. But all three goals, if you want to say it that way, depending where you stand on that decision.
Yeah.
They were good. There was those moments of positivity, which is nice to see. But overall, yeah, just a very flat, kind of boring performance. I would say it's the worst we've seen all season, but it certainly wasn't great. It was par for the course, really.
Yeah. And that's what I told Justin because he told me in the post match video, he said, I thought the team would come out firing. And I was like, really? Because I thought they will come out flat because losing against Inter is a big blow for many reasons.
Yeah.
One, you were the better team. You should never lost that game. Like referee decisions aside, you should have won that game, in my opinion. You didn't, and on top of that, if you believed in Scudetto, it died in that moment. And if you look back at it now, it looks really bad because if you won that game last week, you were in a full title race. It's 3 points. You're in it, and with you're in it, I will say you have a big chance of winning it. Also, like it's there. Like everything can happen. But that big blow, I was like, the team is coming out and they will be flat because it's a big blow because they believed apparently that's what Allegri said yesterday after the game. Like usually, I would say like he plays it down a bit, saying it's Inter's, it's gonna win it. We just need to focus on top four. But yesterday he said like we took a blow because we actually believed in it, which is fine. Like you should believe in it as a team. We as fans can say no, we are like as a team. If they believe, fine. But I was like, the manner we lost that game against Inter, I was like, they're not gonna recover. This team, they're gonna struggle away to Cagliari. I predicted 1-1. I don't know if Julian mentioned that on the stream, on the live.
Did, yeah.
Yeah, I said 1-1, and if it ended 1-1 yesterday, I think nobody should have any complaints because it was 1-1 all written all over it. Like up to Vlahovic's goal, I was like, we're not gonna win it. Like there's absolutely nothing in this. But we won, and after, so we did the interview, me and Justin said like sleepwalking. That's why we came up with the title thumbnail, and people were like, it's negative. It wasn't a negative thing. It was like it's just like they're in sleepwalking mode. It's like they're just walking through the end of the season. That's a vibe I got from that game yesterday, in my opinion.
Yeah, they were just going through the motions. It was very lethargic. So, I mean, however you want to say it, it's the same the same context. You're trying to portray the same thing. You can put a fancier word on it if you want, but sleepwalking, lethargic, very drawn out, whatever. Pick an adjective. It's all the same thing. It's the same outcome.
Yeah, and that's what, like, that was my, because Justin said like he was expecting the team to come up firing, and I was like, okay, I was a bit shocked that he said that. I was like, really? Okay, but we won, and I also said I don't really care. Like, it's not gonna change because Justin. I'll ask you. Justin asked me, do you think, because we have like 1 week now, every game besides the semifinal next week against Torino.
Yeah.
So we have 1 week in training, and Justin said, do you think you will see changes in terms of us playing better and like improving? And I said, if that was like January, I would say yes. But now, with 1 month and a half to go, I'm saying no, because it's what it is, and I'm okay with it now because you just need to pick up the points. I don't care how, just do it like last night. But do you think having a one week off basically will help the team improve from now until the end of the season?
It should help with the recovery, I think, especially with some of the aging players. Sandro should, get a clear advantage there because he's always sleeping. Even Quadrado, he's looked slower, and I've said that I didn't even want Quadrado to start this game. I want him to get more of a rest. He ended up doing well for us at the end, despite, again, I'll just retract. Moments of greatness, I suppose, with an otherwise lethargic performance. So at least he showed up when he needed to. But yeah, the team needs a break. They're tired for whatever reason. We blamed the training, the schedule too. You got to blame a bit the schedule. Maybe not so much now that season off, but when you have Copa, you got the Champions League, you have the league games, obviously. Everything's compact. You throw in most of the players on the international teams. Yeah, that really wears down a player, where you don't see that as much with, let's choose a Calgary, because that's who we played. João Pedro showed up for a few minutes, right, at the international break. But for the most part, these guys, they may be at a lower class, not as conditioned, but they're also not giving it, every 3-4 games like teams like Inter and Juve would have to do in our league anyways.
Yeah, I agree. And John made 2 comments. I'll bring up the first one. He said second place is possible, Scudetto nah. I don't believe in the Scudetto, but nothing against John, like I'm not calling it out, but I see a lot of people saying, it's second place is up for grabs, and I'm like, I'm not feeling like in terms of, if you don't have first place, I don't really care where we finish. Like, if it's fourth, it's third, second, it's Champions League football at the end of the day. It's just my opinion, and then he brought up the second point. Okay, and then he said, we don't deserve it. We didn't win against against any team in the top 4 this year. And that's what I said many times. That's a big issue. You took, like, imagine just taking away 9 points off of them. You would be still in it, Like, forget about losing against Napoli, against Empoli, Sassuolo, all those teams. It happened. But at home against Napoli, away to Milan, that was disgraceful the way we set up. I keep saying it. That was actually shocking.
That was
I don't know. The game plan was clear, but it was embarrassing in my opinion. I don't know. Against home against Inter, like away to Atalanta, I'll count those teams. Like, they're not in the top 4 anymore. But like those teams, if you don't beat them, that's an issue because you don't take away points from them. Like, it's the easiest way to close the gap by beating those teams. That's the way to go.
Yeah.
And last week, again, we were close. We played, in my opinion, the best game all season. That was the best game we played all season. We were great. We missed chances. Again, the ref.
It was the best game to watch all season too. Never mind, just like from a technical.
Also, I agree, 100%. It was fun to watch. Like, we were on it. Like, we understood the excitement. Like, we needed to win. I still have no idea how we lost that game because they had nothing. They got the penalty. We know what happened. Zakaria, all those things. they were horrendous, but
Yeah.
they won, and that's why I said they're gonna win the title. They won that game, like we won those games in the past when we were winning 9 titles in a row. You need to have those wins. They have those wins. We don't. So it's only logical, I would say, that they are gonna win it. Unless you think Milan are gonna win it. I think Inter are gonna win it.
I don't even know at this point. It just switches up every week, it seems, which is good from a neutral perspective to see the teams jockeying like they are. But I mean, yeah, you would think Inter looks on paper their strongest team. You know, their past few weeks not so much. It's been pretty trash. Even last week they were trash, like you said.
They were not good. Yeah.
Will they pick it up? I don't know, but on paper they should probably be the ones winning. Milan, though, for whatever reasons, whatever Pioli's doing with them this year, I'm gonna put my money on him.
Okay. I looked at the schedule before we went live. I named it. Milan have the worst schedule out of the 3 teams in the running. You know, I'm not including ourselves. They have the worst schedule. Like, Inter have Roma, I think, and Napoli have Roma next week, and that's it. Milan have, I forgot who they have. I will look. I have it open on my phone. Let me see. So Milan have Genoa, then they have Lazio, Fiorentina, Hellas, Atalanta, and Sassuolo. That's brutal. Like, it's not easy at all.
Let's not discount the Inter Milan Copa semifinal. They might be wearing each other out that week. So
yeah, fair, but we have to say, okay, if you're not including us, Napoli. Yeah.
No, but just for the top 4, like like for all those teams.
I agree. Inter have Spezia, Roma at home, Bologna, Udinese, Empoli, Cagliari, Samp. Like that's easy. Like, let's be honest. Napoli have Roma, and then they have Empoli, Sassuolo, Torino, Genoa, Spezia. Like, it's.
But these teams might get lazy too with the easier schedule. You never know towards the end of the season. Milan having that tougher schedule might just be enough to keep their edge going.
I think
it's just you just don't know.
I think they don't have much. I was watching the Milan game, and they have absolutely nothing.
Yeah, tonight.
Like, if they don't close that game with the starting 11, which is already not great, so I already gave Pioli a lot of props, because that team is not good. He's fighting for the title with a team with very little quality. So that props to Pioli. But I was looking at that game, and off the bench he was bringing on Krunic, and he had the Serbian 18-year-old Maldini, those players. I'm like, oh my god. Like, and looking at that schedule, I'm like, I don't know how he's gonna make it. I'm sorry. And we have Bologna, Sassuolo, Venezia, Genoa, Lazio, Fiorentina. I'm just mentioning it, but I don't think we're gonna compete for. If we won last week, I will be sitting here and saying we're in it. You know, let's see if we can win out, and if Inter messes it up, or Milan.
We've been at pretty much the same mathematical equation for the past 2 weeks now, just being that far off the top. The only difference now is that we have that many less games to achieve the goal.
Yeah, that's it.
But all these top 4 teams, they're just all trash right now. I don't know how else to say it. It's anything could really happen. Mathematically, we are still in it. Milan did nothing today. Inter, okay, I
think they have the
I don't
momentum.
know. Who did anything this weekend? Let's be honest. Who really did anything this weekend, despite what the results were?
I think Inter have the momentum now. In terms of, they were in a bad batch of games. They won the big one against us. They won today. They look around. They see Milan dropping points. Napoli losing at home. I don't think they're counting us as a challenger. So I think they have the momentum. I think they're just gonna win it. That's what I've said so many times.
You have that Copa game. What if Milan wins that Copa game and then Inter's momentum's gone?
I don't believe that. I think that Copa. I think
so many possibilities though. I don't. All I'm saying, I'm just trying to hype up. There's 6 weeks, games left. Like this is getting exciting. This is what we should be looking
again.
for.
One draw from Milan or Inter again in a bad, like against a team they should beat. You win. It's 3-4 points, and the pressure is on now. I think it's 6. Like they need to collapse once again, and you need to go on a streak once again in 6 games.
The pressure's on them regardless, because the top three they jockey each week, so they're on their heels any way they look at it. We just have to use that to our advantage, which we kind of have been. It's almost as if, like, if you take a racing analogy, where we're kind of drafting the guys in front of us right now. They might just get tired out, completely fall apart, and then we just limp in ahead of them. Like, that is still on the tables until we collapse ourselves, right? So
I was like, to be honest, like after this minimum result, I was like, okay, last week was even more painful now. But up to that result, until the end, I was thinking about Roma winning in the last 5 minutes, scoring 2 goals. I'm like, that's the biggest issue. Because if they lost that game or not won that game, I would say, yeah, you wrapped it up top 4. You know, you cannot give it away now. But it's only 5 points still, and the way we're playing, it's not much. 5 points. You know, it isn't. Because we also have, like, I want the top 4 for us to be wrapped up before we play Lazio, Fiorentina, the last 2 games. So you need to win, and you need to hope the other teams, again, drop points. Lazio, all those teams. I just want to have it wrapped up. I don't want to go into those final games and you still need 1 win, you know? Because I don't trust this team. I don't trust this team.
No, because you don't want the anxiety of it, but I mean, it depends how well the other guys do. I think we can have it wrapped up. I think we can win the next, I guess, 3 games. It's just, what do Roma do? You know, do they win the next 3 games? Do they keep that pressure on us? So that's, I mean, again, it's exciting. So let's see what happens in the next few weeks. Because we're not going to get excitement on the pitch, right? So we might as well get excitement looking at the standings.
Yeah. Like, the more I think about this, one of the worst title runs I've seen, quality-wise.
Oh, it's trash, but that's why. Yeah, that's why it's good though, because it is so trash. It's like watching NASCAR.
It is. I watch it once. I cannot watch it. It's like, what? I don't know what I'm watching. I'm getting dizzy.
Is there any NASCAR fans out there? Let's see if I offended anyone now.
It's not fun to watch. But yeah, Alexandro saying Roma still have Inter, Napoli, Fiorentina. Yeah, I know. Like, I just, like, they can lose, but so can we. I'm just saying, I hope we wrap it up before the last 2 games. That was what I was trying to say. I'm not saying Roma's gonna win out, because I've watched them today. It wasn't good. They won. Credit to them. Like, we won. We weren't great. We won. You know. Also because Cagliari they're horrendous. They're awful. I think if you were playing against a slightly better team away from home, you don't win that game yesterday. It was just that they were awful. Like, Cagliari were just toothless. Like, one mistake, they capitalized off that, and that's it. You know. But we got the job done at the end. That's the only thing that matters. Xian is saying, I think it's pronounced Xian. Let me know. Roma and Lazio are flying at the moment, getting results. If we get sloppy, we might even miss out on top 4. Highly unlikely, but with this team, I don't trust him. Anything can happen. That's like, you should not mess it up. Like, looking around, you should just get it over the line. But like he said, or she, I also don't trust this team. I don't trust this team, and I will never trust this team. Just because of the players, some of the players in that team. You know, I think the obvious names. And I want to talk about Arthur, because Julian made a comment. He was joking. He said Arthur Melo is worse than Filippo Melo. No more Melos. Something like that. Yeah.
No more Melos.
No more Melos. I think he's better than Felipe Melo. I'm pretty sure.
There might be recency bias. I don't know. You'd have to watch the video side by side.
No, Felipe Melo was trash. He was awful. He was actually awful. But Arthur, he's gonna play. Also because Locatelli.
Yeah.
4 weeks with us is more than 4 weeks. I think the season is kind of done. You know, maybe the last 2 games. Maybe if you make the final, like with this. on Holy Phone saying your mic dying again.
No. Hope not.
No, I'm not getting any errors today, so it shouldn't be happening.
It's sounding alright on my end, anyways.
No, it's perfect. It's perfect because I can see, and there's not even one error today. But yeah, I will ask you like the easy question first. How did you rate his game overall yesterday?
I forgot he was even playing. Like I didn't rate him, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's just I just forgot he was there. Maybe I already just scrapped him. I don't like giving guys below 5s. Like if I put it on the scale, below 5 to me means he did something, like he caused a goal, perhaps kind of like Dybala did. Like if Dybala had an absolute trash game, gave up that goal, he would be a 4.5. So he's just a complete anonymous 5 to me, I suppose is what I'm trying to say. He can leave. Is also what I'm trying to say. He's done.
Every time I watch him, I'm like, I don't get it. I actually don't get it. He's good at holding on to the ball, but at the same time, it's a bad thing, if you know what I mean, because he slows down play like I've never seen before. It's actually unbelievable at times. It's unbelievable. And he doesn't see things. Like he sees things, but he just can't act on it. He just can't, make the final pass or the pass we need. Like it's all very, I don't want to call it. Like I don't know. Like very relaxed when he's playing. Like,
lethargic again. It's like he's sleepwalking.
It's like slow motion.
Yeah.
So I think his time is done. He needs to play now because there's nobody else left. But again, with that goal, I don't know what he was doing. I don't know what Arthur was doing with that goal. He saw Joao Pedro and he was like, "Nah, I don't care. Like let him take a shot." And that reminds me of Locatelli, of Rabiot, pre-January when he was doing that time and time again. Like he was doing that every game, just letting players take a shot and all those things. Again, this time it was Arthur. I think his time at the club is done. But 75 million on the books. No idea how you're gonna spin that into something positive. You need to probably loan him out for 2 years or something like that.
But then we don't have the same amount of loan spots either this year, right? So that's always something to consider.
Yeah. Nobody's gonna buy him because you need at least, something I read is 45 to 55, something like that. Nobody's gonna pay you that. Nobody. I don't see it. Who's gonna pay?
Somebody in the Premier League, if I would have to guess.
But even Arsenal,
like United, but yeah.
Even Arsenal were doing that. But it's alone. I think his time's up at the club. Mohammed saying hi from Libya. Hi, thanks for joining. I think you're the first one from Libya on the channel, so welcome. Julian is saying Arthur Melo was more high yesterday during the game than now this year.
Yeah, I do have red eyes, like red squinty eyes tonight. I can see it.
Crazy Ray is saying, would you rather have Betancourt right now or Arthur? Like he's doing well at Tottenham. Good. He was awful for us. That's all I'm saying.
It was the same. It's all our midfielders are the same people, like essentially.
You can bring Betancourt back. You will get the old Betancourt. I'm pretty sure.
We had to get rid of one of them. That was the one we were able to get rid of.
Yeah. First. Yeah. And now we need to try to move on from the rest. Like, it is what it is. He's been at the club for 4 years, Betancourt, or 5. When Tevez left was. So he came in 60, 70, I think.
4
or 5. It's okay that he's bossing Tottenham. That's good for him. Good for the league.
Yeah, you hope a team or a player does well at a different team. Like you don't want him to do bad unless he goes to Inter. But I mean, yeah, good for him. He's doing well.
Hanine is saying 1 year loan and then it's possible to sell. If a club agrees to that, fine. But for now, nobody wants to buy him. That was the issue in January. Like it was all loan. Justin said it's Arthur. Arthur will be easier to sell the Betancourt. I don't get that comment because I think it's very difficult to sell Arthur.
I think so too. I think he's just trying to get you going.
Yeah, not having it on a Sunday evening. Sorry, Justin. Junior saying hot take. Betancourt is not doing anything special at Tottenham. Those front three are masking a lot for them. I've watched 2 Tottenham games, maybe. I'll say 2. Yeah, 2. That's it. I watched 2. He's doing nothing special with Betancourt. Like I've seen him lose so many balls already, and then he does the flashy thing, and you'll see that clip on Twitter. You know how that goes, and then people who don't watch Tottenham will just go with that, and say, "Oh, look what he's doing." And okay, if you want to do that, fine. I've watched him play for us for 4 or 5 years. He was bang average, So for most of the time, he was average. So no regrets.
Your video's gone.
Yeah. No, it was. I plugged in my charger, so I needed to.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's back. Let me see.
Let's try with the big Z.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do Zaniolo propaganda on a Sunday. It's like John is saying, Betancourt still gives away the ball, but at least Man take risk. Arthur only back passes, totally uses. Yeah, they're different players, They're completely different players. But I've seen Betancourt. If he's doing well at Tottenham, good for them. Good for him. I keep saying it. We got our money. Nobody on planet Earth who's a Juve fan would have said no, keep Betancourt. I didn't meet or didn't see anyone saying keep Betancourt. So we cannot turn around and complain now. That's not how it works.
Oh, you know how it is though. Hindsight, people start preaching with all the new information, like they knew what was going on the whole time. We did not need. We don't need any of the guys. Like that's it. We were just stuck with who we got.
I agree. And someone saying Arthur was a complete waste. Should have kept Pjanic and used the money elsewhere. We didn't had the money. That's why we made that deal, and that's why we're under investigation because that deal stinks. Money wise, it makes no sense. Not that there is a price or there's a sheet where you need to look at and determine the transfer fees. That's not possible. But it was fishy. Let's be honest. It is what it is. It was to balance the books. We did that with Pjanic. We did that with Spinazzola, with Cancelo. The list goes on and on and on. That's the reason why we got Arthur. He didn't want to leave. Pjanic didn't want to leave. At first. At that point, I was like, move on from Pjanic. I was not saying bring in Arthur because it's a weird deal. Also for what Sarri wanted to do in terms of playing football. Sarri. Excuse me, Pirlo. Which was, how do you want to say that? Talked about before we saw what Pirlo could have done, based on his books or how he saw himself coach a team. It didn't make sense, but Bruce Valenza, that made sense in that deal, and that's what happened. Julian saying any player on this team is replaceable except Chiesa, maybe Vlahovic, maybe, and De Ligt definitely. Yeah. I agree. I agree.
It's pretty accurate.
I agree. You can replace De Ligt if you get Van Dijk, if you get Van Dijk right, but that's age-wise and all those things. You cannot replace De Ligt. You can't. I keep saying it. I watch Bremer play. He's fantastic. But let's say you bring in Bremer, but you sell De Ligt. Then what's the point? It's taking one step forward, but one backward straight after. It's pointless. But yeah, let me see. Michael is saying, I'm commenting, but I'm not going to actually watch a second of this video because I don't believe in talking about what if, because it's literally a pointless waste of time. Yeah, that's fine. You don't need to watch. That's all.
We're just here wasting time.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
I think watching Marvel movies is a waste of time, but Julian and Justin still go on about it all the time. So, we each do our thing.
It is. Like, it's like I like bringing on Bernadeschi. Like, it's a waste of time, but we're still watching him play. He's still watching him play. It's a waste of time.
I mean, the whole concept of sports, watching somebody else play sports is kind of a waste of time.
Yeah.
It's entertainment.
Also,
you're either entertained or you're not.
Yeah. And also sports, everything is based on what ifs also. Like, that's like, if you don't talk about what ifs, then you talk about nothing. You talk about facts. You want to talk about the game for the entire week? Be my guest. It's not going to be fun. I'll tell you that, because that game was, it was what it was. Let me see. Okay. We will move on to some different things. Because I was away for the entire week. Jeremy saying, I agree with Julian. Every player is replaceable. Like, in theory, yes. Everyone. That's why when Dybala left, if the club has a plan and have the money, it is what it is. On Olifon saying, can I start Quadrado out propaganda on a Sunday night and not after yesterday? Surely you can. You can. Okay, I will put up Julian's question. Everybody in the chat, let me know your answer to Julian's question. And he's asking, who's your MVPs of the season and flop of the season? Your MVP can be the Ligt because it's too obvious.
It's kind of hard.
Yeah, let me know if you got one. Let me know in the chat. I need to think about it. MVP. So no De Ligt.
I mean, if De Ligt's too obvious for positive reasons, is Rabiot too obvious as well then?
I was going to say Alexandro.
Oh man, I got Alexandro eyes tonight though, so I can't go with that.
Oh, that's a difficult one. We're going to do a video like that at the end of the season. Stuff around that. But for now, yeah, screw Julian. I'm going to say De Ligt. I'm going to say De Ligt.
Yeah, it's got. I mean, that is the obvious one. But who else? Like, I really liked McKennie. He grew a lot.
He grew in. Yeah, he grew.
See that.
He grew a lot, but
so like most improved player, perhaps I'd give him. Yeah, MVP.
I don't know. Keane.
Does anybody deserve it?
Yeah. Screw Julian. That's a shit question.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Screw you, Julian. Go to bed.
It's late. It's late. Anim saying all that Quadrado hate disgusts me. Okay, we will talk about Quadrado. I will say this. You know what the issue is, Quadrado? And with issue, I mean, yeah, like issue. Why people hate on him? He's a frustrating player to watch. He is. Like, I think we can all agree on that. He's frustrating. Like, at times it looks brainless. At times it looks amazing. And at times, I mean, within minutes, like during 90 minutes, sometimes it's like, get him off, and a few minutes later it's like, oh my god, and then the next thing he does is like, Jesus Christ, it's all over the place with Quadrado, but he's clutch. He's clutch. I don't know how he does it, but he's super clutch. It's unbelievable at times.
Some players just are clutch. That's just what they are. They're walking. Who was it? Atalanta. Who's the guy? Is it? They have one guy that's always clutch. He always comes in at like the 80th minute and scores an extra time.
Malinowski? No. I don't know. Muriel.
Is it Muriel?
Basilic. I don't know who you mean.
Somebody will throw it out there and it'll ring a bell.
But Quadrado, it is what it is. Like, I don't agree with the contract offer 2+1. I don't agree because I think he is on a decline. I think you need to start to replace him. Think about replacing him. But the issue with Quadrado is just frustrating to watch at times. Like, he's a bit... I don't want to say it, like, he can have he can have multiple games in one game. You know what I mean? In terms of performances, he can have great performances and awful performances in the same game. It's actually crazy, but he is frustrating to people to watch. So I understand why people have maybe a problem with him, but I'm never gonna slander him. Because I don't think he deserves that, in my opinion. I do.
I mean,
yell.
nobody really deserves to be slandered at the end of the day.
Yeah. I mean, keep it clean, but like I will slander some players. If you're not good enough, then it is what like. At the end of the day, it's entertainment. People pay to watch, so it is what like if you go to a comedy show and it's absolutely not funny, you probably will boo at the end, or you will leave the room early if it's not great. You pay for something good. If you don't get something worthy of the money, you will have a say.
Or you go to watch the dumpster fire to watch that person just fail and fall apart, which is what you would be doing if you were a Napoli fan.
Yeah. Or what like people like Michael are doing today. In the chat. He's commenting, but he's not watching another another show. Let me see. The Quadrado contract offer just shows how this club has no clue of going forward. That's my issue. Let me see. Quadrado's decision making is so frustrating, especially when you consider the fact he's 33. Yeah, that's his biggest flaw, I would say. Sometimes he's in very good positions and he overthinks it in terms of he sits on the ball with his feet and he just starts to dribble.
He does that though. It's a team thing. I feel I don't want him just playing Quadrado in that.
No, this season is a team, but like in general over the years, that's who he is.
He is. Yeah, it hasn't been as bad though. I don't think because. Well, what I'm getting at, anyways, he's definitely slowed down a bit with the decision making.
I agree. It's just like it's a bad season, and people will like. Are there better players out there than Quadrado? 100% sure. I think that's
you got
obvious.
Bernadeschi. That's your other option on the right now.
Yeah,
so, what do we really want to throw our hate down on right now? Let's focus our energy on something that actually deserves it, perhaps, instead of just hate. I mean, like Quadrado isn't the ideal situation right now, but I see no use in hating on him.
No, I'm never gonna hate him, but I do know, or like I will say when it's like it's time, we need to move on, and I've said that by Chiellini, so let alone about other players. Like I will say it, and a contract offer that's on the table now, or rumored to be on the table, that ain't good,
But everything's on hold now, anyways, because I think they're realizing that maybe
I hope so.
I mean, we haven't heard too much the past few days. I know it's the weekend, but
he's our most going forward. He's the attacking threat. He's the main guy, and that's wrong. On so many levels, that shouldn't be the case for a team like us. Like it shouldn't. But for now, at the moment, if you want something to happen, you're looking at Quadrado at the moment, and that's all you need to know. That's not good. It isn't. Like even yesterday, Dybala, and up to that assist, I thought he was thinking out the plays. I'm sorry. That first half was horrendous. The second half was a bit anonymous. He got the assist at the end, a good one, and people will maybe forget about it. But overall, if it weren't for Quadrado yesterday, going forward, there was absolutely nothing. And that's not good. It isn't good.
And when it's only the one player that kind of carries, that player is going to be making more mistakes. One, because they're going to have more opportunity to. Two, because they're now a target because they're making all the plays, so the opposition is going to focus in on that. And 30, you're just getting tired by trying to make all these plays. So is he really that bad, or do we just see him messing up because he's being driven to the point where he is going to be making the mistakes? Whereas, I mean, I don't know, pick any other guy like Rabiot, for instance, who just doesn't touch the ball.
Yeah.
How do you screw up when you don't touch the ball?
That's fair. Like, that's what I was trying to say. Like, he's the guy trying to make things happen. It's him, and it's not okay. That he shouldn't be the guy to make things happen. Like, you should make things happen, but like, it shouldn't be the main one. And Jonathan bringing Noah Long to partner Chiesa and Vlahovic, please, no. I'll tell you that. Believe me, if you have Noah Long in your team, after match A5, you're out at the stadium with pitchforks trying to get him out of your team. He's a crybaby. Unbelievable. He is. I don't think he will ever be mature. I doubt it. He's very immature. Never mind.
The chat's blown up though about Quadrado. I'm actually surprised to see so much back and forth on it.
Yeah, that's what I say. He's a frustrating player, and I know people don't like him. I do know. He can have.
I didn't think.
Even in the season where he had like 18 assists or something, people are still hating on him.
Yeah, there's a lot of hate. I'm just surprised by how much hate there is towards him. I'll still defend him. Me and Haneen, I guess, will just sit in his corner and defend.
Yeah, but she's right. By the way, like the things I read about Quadrado, kind of unnecessary. Like he's getting slander. Other players should be getting, and they're getting away with it. But that's what I think about it.
Okay, so maybe you didn't notice. So I was giving a little bit of grace over to Moisey the other night, giving him some love, and Unholy Fun keeps on calling me out.
Cause I'm not gonna lie, you deserve it. If you praise Keane, you deserve it. You do.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fine.
Yes,
I'm here to take it.
Even yesterday, he came on, and I was like, "Oh boy, like, have you ever played football before?" That's a feeling I get watching him.
He was a mess.
It was a mess. Like he was tripping over the ball, forgetting the ball. I was like, you could have played Quadrado 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. He overhit that ball so much. I'm like, what? Like you can't be serious. Like even if people say, "Oh, but he plays a few minutes," that was an easy pass. Like I don't care if that's your first touch of the ball in ages. That's a simple pass. He's all over the place. I think it's done. I think the club will actually do everything in their power with Raiola to get him out. To get out of that contract deal or Everton deal. And I hope they manage to do that, because again, I was not on the channel before he signed, after, but I said I don't want him. I don't know if it was a panic buy. I was like, I don't want it. If it was a loan, just a try loan, I was like, okay, there's nothing else there. He's gone next season. But when I read the figures, I was like, oh my god, this is actually a bad deal. We got played, but he's here now. Let's see what will happen at the end of the season. Let me see. People are just bringing up left backs.
Yeah, was there another Palmieri link today? Because I know Justin talked about it, and he's bringing it up again.
Even if Palmieri is retired, he will be linked with us.
And what was it? Nomolo the other day said no to Lodi.
Yeah, he doesn't have
linked again today.
I don't believe we're gonna get Lodi because he's too much. He costs too much, and I don't believe he's worth that. He costs a lot of money. He does.
And are the other ones? I mean, that's my question: is Windell and Dogi, are those just to plug holes, or are these legitimate contenders long term?
I don't think they're the main targets. I don't believe Emerson is the main target. Like if you, like Eric Bennett said, like you want to play the big man and say, and make taking shots in the media at Dybala, all those players, and like the news leaking from the club is we're not gonna offer those older players wages. Then Emerson is no, like Marcos Alonso, all those players, they're no. You need to invest in a young one now.
Yeah. And the chat's going off again, and Justin's just throwing in Palmieri, just trolling.
Yeah.
Then Pellegrini's getting hate on. You guys are hating on all the guys I sort of like, but probably shouldn't.
Right. Like in the ideal world, we get 4 new left backs and full backs, but it's not an ideal world. It isn't. It's not an ideal world. So it is what it is. Let me see in the comments. John not having Pellegrini. I'm not Pellegrini's biggest fan. Like I've said it many times. Mm, Misa saying I think it's between Emerson and Wijndal. Again, Emerson, Beppe in the chat. Good evening, Beppe.
Weindl seems to be the one that is always linked. So if I had
Two
to throw money
seasons, yeah.
down, yeah, like I would have to go with Weindl at this point in terms of what the club's probably looking at, because no matter which names get linked, he's always the common theme.
You know what it is? I like Wijndal, but he's not ready. And I've watched him today, even today, a few weeks ago. Today, not. I've not watched him today. I don't know what Azad done. It was 0-0 the last time I checked. He took a step back in terms of his development compared to last season, which is fine. You know, he's a young player like Gravenberg. I will still take him. He's going to buy him, but he took a step back, a little one, this season in terms of not reaching that level he did the previous season. But that's okay, you know. But if we get Wijndal, Allegri's not playing it because he's not ready. He isn't. Out of all those names, Wijndal, Pellegrini,
Palmieri,
Alonso, Cambiaso, Lodi, I will take Udogi. And he's a player we are not linked to. Not at all. I'm not saying no links, but like fewer links, you know?
I mean,
I will take Udogi. Because we're not
if I was to choose a
back.
player the way like a woman chooses a car, which is like on nothing to do with the actual car itself. I mean, Destiny. Why would you? We already got Church. Hopefully, we got Beans, and then maybe we keep a Destiny. Then we got all the stripper names. Yeah, just a team full of stripper names. It's fine. Let's roll with it. Let's get Destiny.
Oh my god! Yeah, that I was looking for his first name a few streams ago. I forgot it, you know, because I was like, it's something not weird, but it's like on you don't hear it often. You don't. But yeah, Udogi. Out of all the names like Emerson, Alonso, I don't believe those things. Just because we get linked to those players ever since they left Roma, you know, or Fiorentina. Like it's unbelievable. I don't believe for 1 second the club is looking at Emerson or Alonso, and if they do, I might cry on the stream. I actually might, because like that.
You've threatened that a lot though. You're not gonna cry. You'll hold it together.
I am. If I need to come on the stream and talk about we signed Emerson Palmieri or Marcos Alonso, I might actually cry.
Okay, where did this Alonso stuff come from? I haven't heard anything about Alonso.
Yeah, it's like that's why I said I don't believe it, because it's easy links. You know, it's Pogba every season. Pogba's coming back. Milinkovic Savic every season. You know, you have those names. Every club has those names that keep coming up and up and up again every season, like every transfer window. It doesn't matter. Even if you don't need that player, you're gonna get linked with them, and that's Emerson Palmieri, and he's playing at Lyon for a reason. I will say that. Period. So that's why I don't. Again, Tashilio, but he was our own player. Like he's coming back. But like Milik, like Beppe said, Milik, like. Like, even when we signed Vlahovic a few weeks back, there were Milik links. I was like, what? Like, there's like names. I think journalists just pre-save them in the draft. Like, once transfer season hits, they just send it out. Like,
so
in the draft,
you're telling
ready.
Me Milik got attached to us within the past couple of weeks, what you're saying?
Month ago. Yeah, a month ago.
Oh, man. Come on.
Because Morata might leave, Milik will come.
Oh, like, no. Like, I heard when we were getting Vlahovic, like the January transfer, but come on, like if there's a Milik anything out there, just don't pay attention. That's too much.
Yeah, that's what the Emerson like. Oh, never mind. It's still early, you know. it's still early. Like Vlahovic thing came out of nowhere, so who knows? It's very early. Crazy Ray is saying Angelino from Leipzig. I would take him, but we're not linked with him at all. At all. Let me see. Comes a bit moving. Delas, yeah, another like it. Those are not players. You're gonna win your stuff. I'm sorry. Gaia, also one of those players. Grimaldo.
Grimaldo, yeah.
Sam saying surprise. I haven't seen any Delas link yet. Well,
No, I haven't.
Thank God. We'll say thank because he's not a good player. I'm sorry. I remember at the start of the season, many fans were hyping them up. I was like, oh, you're starving. If you're hyping up Telles, you're actually starving because he's not a good player. He isn't. So, yeah, Grimaldo love in the chat. So, yeah, left back situation. I've said it many times. That's a right and left back. That's the most. I think I've watched City, Liverpool. I don't know if you watched it today. Those left backs from both teams, unbelievable. It's actually unbelievable. Like, okay.
That's the exception too, though. Like, how many fullbacks?
Yeah.
How many world-class fullbacks are out there?
Yeah, like Trent, he got cooked a few times defensively. He did, but just quality-wise on the ball, Robertson, Trent, Walker, Cancelo, unbelievable. Like it's unbelievable the level. Like, and then thinking about we are getting linked with Alonso and Emerson Palmieri, it's depressing. It's depressing. It's depressing. I'm sorry. It's depressing.
But there's just not that much out there. If you want to compare to Liverpool, Man City, sure, but you can't get those players. Just what's available.
Yeah, okay,
it's just a matter of getting what's better than Sandro right now, or somebody that's at least not going to fall over dead because it looks like that. Yeah, he's just old. He needs to be replaced. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, 100%. But if the club tells me we're going to replace Sandro with Palmieri for 2-3 seasons, I will say keep Sandro until the end of his contract and go again in 23. I'm sorry. Like, you cannot sign Emerson Palmieri or Marcos Alonso to a 3-year contract. You just can't. You can. That's actually insane. I don't believe they're going to do it.
Though.
I don't believe they're doing it. I don't.
Well, it's an Allegri thing because he won't play the young guys. He likes certain profiles. He's just gonna plug a hole, because that's not the priority right now.
It's up to the club to say no. I'm sorry. As a club, you say no. You can have that type of player, but we're not paying 4 million or whatever to Marcos Alonso or Emerson Palmieri. 3, I don't know, for the next 3 seasons. That's insane. That's actually insane.
But then you get a Wijndal, and then he doesn't play. If he's,
Yeah, but if you don't give him an option, like in the past we did that with every coach. Like, we gave him players and we told them make it work. Again, I'm not saying do that in every position because you need to give the.
But then he's gonna play Pellegrini because he's gonna have more experience. I think he'll be a starter.
I think Pellegrini is also gone. I don't believe he's gonna stay.
I don't know. I think he needs to be a bit more consistent, but again,
he needs to play, and he's not playing for us. And if he's playing for us, we have a problem as a club. In my opinion,
I like him as a backup. I wouldn't mind keeping him as a backup if we had a good, proper left back.
If you have a quality starting left back, I would say yes. But if you have Palmieri, Alonso, Sandro, then no, because he's gonna play a lot and he's not that good. That's my issue. Let me see. Justin saying Bianco negativity zone. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. Just you were saying never rated Pellegrini, Max third choice. Yeah, you know what? Start of the season, I called him out, and then he played a good game, and people were coming for me. I was like, if he plays over Alexandro, fine, because Alexandro is actually, you know what Alexandro is. But as a footballer, I don't see anything in Pellegrini moving forward. He is a player.
He got a goal though this weekend, almost, sort of.
Yeah, that's something else. Rabiot is having a tough week with the Rams. Yeah. He's not having it. But Pellegrini, I don't see it. I think he will be a good player for a team like
Roma.
Eight, not even Roma. He comes from Roma. He came from Roma.
I know. It's just we keep on dumping. There are dumping grounds, it seems, for the left back, but
yeah. Let me see. Hanina saying Wijndal has 9 assists. He does, but just the eye test, he took a step back. He took a step back, but that's fine because his previous seasons was better. That's why I don't really look at stat. But That's one of his trademarks in terms of that's what he's good at. You know, he's that modern type fullback you need now. If Allegri wants that, that's a different, discussion. But let's see. Let me see. I saw a comment, but it went away. Where did it go?
Oh, there's even a Berardi comment in here. I thought we were done with Berardi.
Okay, yeah, that's the one I was looking for, but it's gone.
If Berardi moved to Juve with Chiesa and gave a chance to the new Di Maria, Sully, and Vlahovic, Juve would be a fiery attack.
Yeah, I don't want to see Berardi in the same sentence as Juve, let alone at the club.
Yeah, I had troubles putting that sentence together, but yeah, not.
Yeah, no, Berardi, no. No, just no.
It's just more Pellegrini hate in the chat. Jeez, guys, like, can't we throw a little bit of love into this guy? Like, you guys hate Mike Quadrado, you hate Pellegrini, you hate Moisey. Like, come on, guys.
Like, I will ask you this, and it's a serious question. Is this the most unlikable Juve teams you have seen in a very, very long time? And why, if you say yes? And if no, also why? I will say yes. And I will say yes because I don't like their mentality. I know some of those players are not quality wise up there, I understand that, and it is what it is, but their mentality, I know something is off with this group of players,
and that is my big thing, is the mentality. I don't care so much if the team isn't full of superstars. In fact, I don't really care if they're superstars or not. I don't care about celebrity whatsoever. I care about hard work, determination, getting the job done. So you can have a trash team, and if you do something with it, I'm gonna love you.
Okay.
Right now, it's just like, I have faith and dedication to the team, but like, I don't have that fire. I guess it's like a bad relationship where the fire's out right now, right? It's just kind of smoldering and like I'm gonna stick with you because I don't want to lose half my things, but let's just ride this out and see what happens kind of idea. Not that I'm saying I divorce Juve, but it's kind of that in a rut feeling, if you will, just because it hasn't been a great season. It hasn't been a great 3 years, really. It's getting worse. Hopefully it's getting better, but right now it seems to be getting worse.
I agree. Like, usually when I wake up on game day, even if you play Venezia, I'm like, okay. Now, this season, I'm like, game day, but I'm not thinking about it all game. Like, 50 minutes before the game, I'm like, okay, it's on now. We're playing. But usually I was thinking about the game, playing it in my head, what's going to happen, stuff. But this season, I don't have it. And it's just because of the mentality of this club, Talent-wise, I know. Talent, it is what it is. I saw Hanin asking me something twice, but I cannot see the comment anymore. And he said, or she asked, Traoré or Raspadori. And I'm going to say Raspadori because I want Keane out. I need to replace him. You need to replace him, and I do like Raspadori. I do like what he offers. So I'll say that. You? Traoré or Raspadori?
I probably value them about the same. I mean, if I want to fall back on, Keane should just get good and play well. And then we wouldn't need to get Raspadori. But unfortunately, he's not helping me out. He's doing a real bad job at that.
You tried, but he's not going to help you. And in the same, I only like Chiesa, Chiellini, Drake, Quadrado, Vlahovic, Locatelli, maybe Morata, and Danilo too. Oh my god. You're going to get hate. Danilo? You're like Danilo on Cancelo Day? That's not a good idea. Like, every time when... Like, I don't need to know. I don't need to check if City are playing. I just need to open Twitter. If I see Cancelo on my timeline, I know City are playing. It's getting boring now. It's been 3 years. It is what it is. The only players... I like a few players. players. I like the Lake, obviously, as people know. I like Chesney. Um,
To lead with all these, this guy or that guy, like which trash do you like better?
yeah, that's a good idea for another show.
Yeah, that is another show. Which
I'm seeing
version of trash
names.
do you like?
I'm seeing names in this, and it's depressing. Sabina,
It's like
Italia,
which
the Shelly.
like asking me which has less meat in its patty, Burger King or McDonald's.
It's gonna
That's
be
what
very
Julian's asking.
close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pepe saying, "Don't complain every time he plays. I'm insulted." Yeah, I don't know what's that about. Did you say something about Danilo Cancelo? Because I missed that. But yeah,
No.
if you type in the word Danilo, you will have Juve fans saying, "Oh, he loves the club," but being sarcastically, If you type in Cancelo, oh my god, I'm gonna mute those words soon. I'm gonna do it.
You just overhearing it. Like it's been what 3-4 years. Like get over it.
Yeah, it's been 3 years. Like it is what it is. Like I don't. It's like me coming on the show or like an older people, like someone older, maybe like a bit in the chat who is a bit older than me, coming on the show and complaining about Juve giving away Zidane away to Arsenal in 2000 and whatever,
Yeah, I mean,
or
you
90,
gotta
not
get
even
over
2000.
things.
Like it's done. It's actually done. So yeah.
Justin, of course, the Americans commenting on which cheeseburger is better.
I don't know what he's saying, but I would say if you eat any of those things, it's great until 1 hour. When you add it, then you feel like shit. I don't know.
Jeez, that's like a solid 10 minutes at best.
Oh yeah, I was being nice, but it's actually 10 minutes, and then you're like, what the hell did I just eat? So that's all you need to know about what's in it. No meat, I will say that. But yeah, I think we covered. So the show was What If. Michael said, "I'm not watching because the show was What If."
Yes.
So we lost him.
I'm off and see you later.
Yeah, just not. Jesus Christ. On Holly Fun say Molinaro or Sandro. I will take Sandro. That's I will still take Alessandro. Oh my god, Molinaro, he was awful. Oh Jesus. He was actually very bad. We have had
this could be a good segment though. We gotta compile these names.
That could be an idea of a show, like a fun one / depressing one.
Or just Chiellini at left back. I mean, sure, why not?
Yeah, he was horrendous. Like now, I'm seeing all those names, like thinking back at that gap, that banter era. The players we had in that team were just Jesus. Misaki saying our banter era is unmatched. Really, I think Milan's one was worse, but hey, we're coming close with names like the only name that will survive was Del Piero, Sissoko. Other than that, it was Marquisio, Chiellini. It was awful. Buffon, but yeah. I don't know what Justin and Julian are talking about. No idea.
They're going on about Marvel again.
Keep that for the Discord group. And with the Discord group, I mean not the members chat. Just open a private chat. Just leave Davide alone. Talking about the Discord group.
Hold on, I don't need you to defend me. You guys come at me. Come at me, bro. Everyone just come at me. Let's go.
You need to stop them. Otherwise, they're just going to ramble on about Marvel for hours. So you need to stop them.
Yeah, none of this. We're talking about things that happen in real life. None of this make-believe nonsense.
Sometimes I wake up and my group chat with both of them are like, I don't know how many messages. I'm like, oh, something happened with the channel. I was sleeping and just talking about movies. I'm like, oh, come on. I don't know. But yeah. Let me see if something else is coming up.
Iron Man or Spider-Man. Yeah, Spider-Man. I mean, not that I really like the whole Marvel thing, but if it's gonna be like, what's his name there, Iron Man? I should know the actor's name, but you know who I'm talking about. That
Yeah,
guy.
yeah,
He's got a nice jawline, good-looking dude. I'm cool with that. He's funny, whatever. There's no weird sci-fi fantasy nonsense to make weird. Spider-Man, like, he just complains. It's like watching anime where it's just like a bunch of yelling. It's the same
yeah.
thing to me.
It's like watching us on the channel. We
Yeah, it's
complain.
just like listening to us for an hour, just like whining about stuff. It's sort of the same level.
Okay, wait. Oh, the chat is a
Robert Downey
mess.
Jr. Thank you. Yes, that's the actor. Thank you. I should have known that one because I actually do appreciate him as an actor.
Yeah. Thanks for Justin and Julian. The chat is a mess. I'll read out 2 comments and then we'll wrap it up. I'll read out one from Justin, and he's saying Juve ain't missing top 4. Okay, that's a jinx. It's an all-system failure if they do. I agree with that. You're 5, 7, 9 points. You've got 5, 7, 9 point gap between us, Roma, Lazio, and Fiorentina. That's what we said at the start of the show. You cannot throw it away now. And then I'll read the last one if I can find it. Jesus Christ. The chat is a mess. I cannot find it. Oh yeah, Mohamed. That's the last one. He's saying, or he is asking. Okay, he's asking Pogba or Savic.
Yeah, I mean that's a tough one. If you're talking about the finances, I like Pogba. I think SMS is probably what you need to go for. But where's the money? What does the money say right now? That's what it comes down to.
Okay. I don't care about money. In this question, I will take Savage because I've always said like I'm not up for return players coming back or coaches. It happened with Bonucci. It didn't really work out in terms of it's not the same, you know.
Look, the
So I will
chat, the
say
chat's
Savage.
falling apart. The chat's falling apart. You
Yeah,
brought up
it's,
Marvel. I talked about it. We ruined the show. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
guys. It's gone.
Yeah, and people are complaining about my headphones, earpieces. It's not the earpieces because it doesn't have a mic, nothing. It's not even connected to the same thing, so it's just something else. I need to figure out. But it's not the mic. I know that for sure now. Yeah, the chat is a mess, so we're gonna wrap it up. I have no idea what's
Sorry.
happening. I cannot even. Jesus Christ. Everything. Okay, it's a mess. John is saying Chouameni. We have not been linked to Chouameni ever since October or something.
Yeah, it's been a long time. As much as I would like to be linked with him.
Yeah. It's actually unbelievable. But yeah, he's to be honest, he's not getting linked like concretely with any team. To be honest, I don't know. But let's see. We will wrap it up. We will be back tomorrow. I think I need to check. I forgot. I actually forgot. I need to check for tomorrow who's coming on or what we're doing. Excuse me, there will be a daily for sure. And then we'll see. You'll see on the channel who's coming on or what we're doing. A podcast will be back this week. That's for sure. Probably on Thursday, I think. I think on Thursday. And then we play on Saturday, right? We play on Saturday, 6 o'clock. So preview on Friday. So there will be a debate show on Wednesday, I think. So yeah, that's it for today. Before we wrap it up, the show is sponsored by Serie A Fantasy app. I know the season is over, but just make an account for next season and stay tuned. So do that. Link for that is in the video description. I'm gonna thank Davide for joining on a Sunday evening.
Thank you, and thanks for the chat. I love how it's
Yeah.
just trash now. I appreciate it.
That was yeah. I saw a comment. I'm sorry if I missed it. It was actually about football, but I cannot find it back.
Yeah,
It's actually gone.
Buried
It's
now
gone.
with all this trash.
So thanks to Justin and Julian for not coming on but messing up the chat. So thanks for that.
Yeah.
I think one of them will be on tomorrow. I need to check. But again, thanks for joining. I know you've been on every day of the week, right? Besides Friday, Saturday.
Thursday and Saturday were the 2 days that were not.
Oh yeah, Thursday was no show. Yeah, I agree.
Gotta say, it was hard filling those shows or shoes this week. There's some big shoes there.
I wanted to come on because there were some good things to talk about. But yeah,
so it was a good week.
It was a good week. It was. But yeah, thanks for joining. Thanks everybody for joining in the chat on Sunday evening. And then we will see you back tomorrow.